right now that James and Graham are at the court to verify that Graham doesn't have any pending legal cases or criminal cases.
Any more trouble?
No, I don't think so. But he did have the Central Square thing,
Yeah.
and then the no contact order with Alan thing, which I think
And Lynn.
he never got arrested for being near her, did he?
No, but he couldn't be near her either.
Yeah, and
So
I don't
every time he was out, I'd go seek her out and walk with her, so he'd have to leave.
It was a good tactic, I suppose. But yeah, so I think he's checking to see if that's still a valid thing, because since the no trespass order itself was found unconstitutional, I think the bail conditions related to it, I'm not sure if they were or not actually, like, if bail conditions apply to a crime that wasn't really a crime could be prosecuted. But I guess that's what they're going to find out right now. And Graham's going to get a public defender for that, I suppose. I don't think John Meyer is going to be representing him, but he said he'll just be giving us advice if we need any for his pending legal issues. Did you happen to catch my interview with the parking enforcer in Chicago?
I did.
What did you think of that?
I thought that was really neat. I wished I had a system like that where there was nothing for you to do.
Well, I mean, I guess we could try if there were kiosks everywhere, but I liked what he said about how, or he didn't say it, but I found out elsewhere that the jackets used to just say revenue on them. They didn't say parking enforcement. But I bet there was a major impact on their attire and the way people treated them, because if you saw him, he was dressed like a cop.
Well, with talking with Gary, our new supervisor, he says that they contract out these companies to do parking enforcement. They don't actually work for the city themselves.
Yeah.
You know how people hire like security guards and stuff? It's like that. It's a company that does the enforcement for them.
Yeah. Yeah, I did notice it was kind of like a private company. It was like Park something, or Chicago Park. And Atlanta was a similar name too. I was looking for parking enforcers in each city I went to. Yeah, in Detroit it was hard to find them. I found parking meters, but no enforcers. And the next stop after Detroit was Chicago, where I was lucky enough to bump into that guy. I never got his name, so I just know him as Agent 734.
He was very nice and polite.
Yeah, I like how he engaged with me first. I think I might have just said like hi, and then he asked if I was like parked down there or whatever. He wasn't like, uh-oh, camera, I got to avoid that person and not engage with them.
And I liked how he explained to you that they needed the revenue.
Well, he said the city depends on it.
Yeah.
They budget for it. Out there, I think the parking tickets were like 30 or 40 bucks.
Yeah, everywhere they're more expensive.
Oh no. I'm out of green flyers. Poor person won't know how to challenge. The next stop on the tour after Detroit and Chicago was Gary, Indiana, and they didn't have parking meters there. They didn't have much of anything going on there. Though they did have a lot of cops. You ever been to that part of the country?
I haven't.
It's very different. I've never been to those two places before, but I only passed through them when we were going from Gary to Atlanta. So you haven't seen much outside of New England?
No, I've been to like Jamaica and Mexico, but within the United States I haven't been. I've been to, when I went to Jamaica and Mexico, I went to Florida. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just being out there, really, I never felt unsafe or like my safety was in jeopardy, except maybe in Atlanta, where there were a whole bunch of really sketchy, aggressive panhandlers.
Yeah.
But everywhere else, even where murder rates were really high and it was considered really bad neighborhoods, I didn't spend too much time on the south side of Chicago, but like Gary himself, we really went around the bad parts and tried to find people to talk to. And it really makes you appreciate how sheltered Keene is from all of that, and especially New Hampshire in general.
I did that. This guy that works for some of
Trying to get everybody.
A lot of times he'll see me through the window and he'll come out with the money in his car.
Yeah, as DPRK advances its technology, there was one person from Boston who was talking to us about it now, where people would report the location of parking enforcers if they see you guys. And then if it was like a recent report, it would be like red on the map, and as it got colder, it would like turn blue and disappear. We could check the map and see where the most recent spottings of parking enforcers were. Keene would actually be a great place to demo it, just because of the small size and the geography here. It could be really specific.
It only means it's gone.
Yeah, that's true. I saw parking enforcers driving around in New Orleans, but I didn't see any actually on foot that I could talk to. Or in Atlanta, actually. None on foot, but in New Orleans I found a parking enforcer, but they were kind of mean. The one parking enforcer I found just kind of like mumbled, and I was like, is Robin Hooding legal here? Because that was what I was asking. And I explained to her what it was, and she was just like, I'm none of that, or something. Louisiana has a reputation itself for being really corrupt throughout the state government and everything. With the police, it seemed like it was so routine for them. When you ask them tough questions to the camera, it would just be like, my supervisor is such and such, you can call them. Andrea tell you about our chat at karaoke last week? Or did you post in the secret group about it?
Yeah, something about. You questioned her about letting you in on her group or something.
Yeah, she asked me the next question. She said, like, hey, Gary, and then asked the question. And I'm not allowed to respond because I'm not allowed to be in the group.
She said you could email her. I am her on Facebook. With your answer.
Yeah, I suppose I could do that. I said it kind of motivated me to want to blog a response, and she was like, that would be great too. I found, despite all the bad things she said about me online, that whenever I see her in person, she's very nice. Actually, that was only the second time I've seen her in person. I got it. Oh, actually, yeah, you can write that one a ticket, so I'll do it. The first time I ever heard from Andrea was after Halloween last year.
Say it like that. It's Andrea.
Andrea? Well, I'm used to having friends if, pronunciation was more Latin, so. But yeah, I guess up here it would be Andrea. But yeah, my first interaction with her was on the internet after Halloween. I had put in bags of candy. And the funny thing is, like, on Halloween, 2 years ago, not this year, we put out a big banner that said Free Keene on the porch, and there were bags of candy, and it said take one. And we put like 5 pieces of candy in there, and then a little postcard that said Free Keene, check it out. Here's some of our ideas, and it was very basic. It was something that like was all ages and anybody could enjoy. But she left a message on the Free Keene Facebook page that was like, you're trying to spread propaganda to our kids. This is inappropriate how you hijack Halloween like this. And she said, she kind of implied that we skimped on the candy, but we totally did. There was like 5 pieces of candy in each bag. But I don't know, I thought that was kind of funny that was like a little bit of an uproar that this one little postcard was in there. It wasn't like there was anything objectionable on the postcard. Then she also used to post on the internet that they sell drugs out of that house at Leverett. Which I didn't think was all that cool to be like saying about people that you didn't know. But.
I think it's because isn't that what Rich Paul went to jail for?
Yeah, but he wasn't accused of selling drugs out of Leverett Street. So saying like that's a drug house and my friend happened to be locked up for it because he was selling. I felt like it's in a sense like because we stand up for our friend who gets arrested for something. It was kind of implied that we're all involved in criminal activity or something. I don't know. I'm glad I haven't seen that posted in quite some time.
They were excuse prayer for marijuana.
Oh, is it this year? That's pretty cool. And in fact, our friend Rich got out just like last week, or maybe it was 2 weeks ago now, time flies. Beginning of December. So were you guys working that entire week up through Christmas where there was... Oh. Oh, well, if we'd known that, maybe we would have been out more.
We stopped fires, make sure everybody moved into the fires.
Did you guys enjoy the break from us? Because everybody just assumed you were off.
Yeah, it was nice. Walmart.
Yeah, well, it was totally coincidental. I noticed the light bar first. So maybe I was thinking I see a light bar from the distance and it's like a tow truck or something.